Can we win a game? Can we please win a game? I'm actually being serious now. No more mucking around. We have to start winning sooner or later. We badly need to start winning. This Charity FC BS needs to stop. This whole shenanigan of Charity FC, it needs to be eradicated.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. This is your match preview: Leeds versus Chelsea. This is going to be a tough match. There's no doubt about that. Leeds need the points. They're in the relegation battle. They need a win. They badly need a win. So we, on the other side, when we come across teams like this where they need to do something, we want to help them out so badly. We are obliged to their needs. We are just like that. We're like Robin Hood. Do you know what I mean? We go out there, steal from the rich, and then give it to the poor. We're just good like that. We are very, very kind and soft-hearted like that. But do you know what? Enough. Enough is enough. I cannot have this BS any longer. We need to start winning some football games. We need to have a good momentum moving into that FA Cup clash against Liverpool in the final, and then finish off the season with a couple of wins. Let's finish off in third position. It'll be an utter embarrassment if Arsenal finish ahead of us, which is quite possible. Then again, we'll see what happens in the North London derby against Spurs. Arsenal, it's going to be a big match. But, ladies and gentlemen, let's check into this particular match. Before we get into the lineup, let's look at what's been said in the press conference. And the best person to go to in regards to this is always Nizar Kinsella. He's always got the summary down packed. This is what was said in the press conference by Thomas Tuchel. Let's go through that and sort of try and understand what he's said. Tuchel reiterates that he hasn't met Todd Bowley. We're the only club in the moment who suffers like this, and maybe the only club that has had this. The situation is unique and challenging. These are steps in the right direction, and we've waited a long time. Tuchel on takeover nearing completion. We need positive energy. Look, I get it. It's not been easy. And I understand the players could be mentally drained. Fans, we are mentally drained. But now we're coming close to the end of this saga. Todd Bowley will be, he's been announced from Chelsea as the new owners to take over. But to get the clearance from the Premier League and the government, it should happen very soon. Apparently, there's some news that it should probably happen by the end of this week or mid next week. So hopefully it happens, very quick. But regardless of the point, the players and the coaching staff, along with obviously Thomas Tuchel, they should take comfort that it will be Todd Bowley. It will be Todd Bowley. So forget about any tensions about ownership, futures, and whatnot. Don't worry about that. And I'm pretty certain Todd Bowley will invest in this particular team. You would have seen what's transpiring. A lot of the players are leaving or will be leaving. So Thomas Tuchel should take comfort, and the existing players that are going to be part of the team, they should take comfort that the team will be revamped. Whether we get 6, 7, 8 players, I don't think so, but at least 4 or 5 players, I think we have to anyway. If you think about the departures that are already going in terms of Rudiger, Christensen, most likely Azpilicueta, Alonso, and then we need to add a few players in the attack, in midfield, just to freshen things up and really start competing from next season. I'm pretty sure Todd Bowley will be up for that. So the players need to snap out of it. Let's start winning. Forget about everything. All has been done and dusted now. It's been a tumultuous season, but let's get back on track ASAP. Let's not be the laughingstock anymore, please. Tuchel said the takeover and sanctions made Chelsea strong initially, but the international break ended that. With every day, it gets more difficult. Yeah, do you know what? There was a period where all of this was actually giving us positive results, but that international break, the last one, absolutely destroyed any momentum. These international breaks, man, honestly, they're so annoying. Tuchel on poor form, we have a decent amount of wins, not many losses, but way too many draws, 100%, especially draws from winning positions. Oh, that hurts. Last week, 2-0 up to 2-2. My days, Man United recently 1-0 up to 1-1. And there's been plenty of moments like that where we've been up and we haven't finished the situation. I remember, I think Brighton as well, similarly, we were up 1-0 and then they came back to make it 1-1. There's been plenty of situations like that where that's been the case. Tuchel are having 24 hours less to prepare for the FA Cup final than Liverpool. We are used to it. We won't comment on it. Look, I'm not too bothered about that. Tuchel and Haaland to Man City. Me give advice to Haaland? No advice. Not sure is it not. If he doesn't play for us, I won't give any advice. I mean, of course, well, what sort of advice? Some of these journalists, honestly, they got no idea what questions they're asking. Well, what's Thomas Tuchel meant to say with Haaland going to City? He should drop deep, play in midfield. Like, what advice, man? Kudos to them. We need to worry about us. Tuchel says he trusts the team is working hard enough despite a bad run of form. I feel the will and physical output to turn things around. Sometimes the dates showed it was too high. As I said, players need to snap out. Whatever mental fatigue and whatnot that's bothering them, they need to forget about it. New owners are coming in. Clarifications on future will be very, very clear very soon. Let's start winning games. Tuchel on Chelsea not being able to enter contract or transfer talks, we feel like spectators, and this is a passive role we don't like. It feels a bit strange. Of course, it would feel strange. Tuchel on the Alonso round, it started and ended in the first half. We didn't continue at halftime. There was nothing else, and things were solved. It happens. Look, I think a lot might have been blown out of proportion for that. I won't be surprised if Alonso starts. In fact, I'm actually going to have Alonso in my team to start when we do the Chelsea. It's not even going to be a predicted lineup. It's my lineup. I'm sick and tired of doing predicted lineups. I'm going to put out my lineups, what I want to see. I'm actually going to have Alonso there. As I said in my earlier video, Tuchel doesn't come across a particular manager that holds grudges. So it will happen. These sort of bust-ups happen. Let's move on with it. Let's be professional. At the end of the day, I want Marcos Alonso gone. Finish off this season and then see you later, mate. Tuchel confirms he cancelled Chelsea's day off, as reported earlier, but insists it wasn't a punishment. We did very, very light training to be together. Then a lot of players supported the under-23s on the other pitch. It was very nice, and we felt like a group. It's great. Sometimes maybe staying separate could be detrimental. Sometimes during tough times, staying together is probably better. Going away, the brain starts pondering and you get into even more of a lull. So maybe it's better to stick together, and it's probably a good idea. There have been times where Thomas Tuchel has actually given a break when there wasn't meant to be a break. So he knows how to manage the situation. So I trust Tuchel in this particular instance. Tuchel says he hopes Jorginho and Kante can return to face Leeds, but they remained out. Look, if they remained out, I don't want them to play and get injured again. I'd rather them being available for the match against Liverpool in the final. Very crucial. A lot of people are saying how they're going to face Liverpool in a high-intensity game when they've been injured. Look, they've not been injured for a long time. They've just been injured for a short amount of time. Fitness should not be a huge issue, but fitness will be an issue if they rush back into this particular match against Leeds, pick up an injury, and then against Liverpool, we've got none of these players playing for us. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's do my team. This is my team that I'm going to go with. I'm going with, obviously, 3 at the back. Look, naturally, I want to go with two CBs, 4 backs. That would be my preference, but I'm pretty sure against Leeds and the way they play high-octane, sort of high-energy football, our players are just not accustomed to 2 at the back for some reason. We don't really read transitional play that well. We're not very good at counter pressing when we lose the ball. And that's why we get caught in transition, especially through midfield. So I would rather have an extra defender to help that cause. In the back line, as the keeper, Mendy. Rudy to finish off the remaining games. He is now going to be announced for Real Madrid. It's well documented. The tweets are going around. He's already signed and whatnot. And it'll be announced after the Champions League final. Silva in the middle. I need him to be a bit more focused because I felt like Thiago Silva against Wolves was a bit dodgy. But then again, most of the defenders were dodgy. But I need Silva to start having a massive game. For me, Chalobah comes back. Look, if Thomas Tuchel does not play this particular player and plays Reece James there and Azpilicueta in the wing, that's on Thomas Tuchel. I'm just putting it out there. I need Chalobah to come back into the team and be a permanent member. End of. If he makes a mistake, he makes a mistake. It's not like all the other players are not making mistakes. They're all making mistakes. I'd rather have this youngster get the opportunity. Reece James in the wing-back position, this is where he shines. I'd rather him attack and deliver crosses for Romelu Lukaku. And his link-up with Romelu Lukaku, if you remember, against Arsenal early in the season, was excellent. Alonso on the left side. He, the deepest midfielder, since we don't have Jorginho. Jorginho most probably not fit as yet, and I don't want him to be rushed back. Let's play Saul. I've got no issues with this. Saul has done a job previously playing as the deepest midfielder. I don't want to see Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Kovacic. I swear, I don't want to see that. That pivot does not work. Both of them bomb up. None of them want to come back. At least Kovacic, he has sometimes the ideology to come back. But Ruben, he will go for a drive and then, ta-ta, see you later, defense. No. It's great that you can attack Ruben Loftus-Cheek, but you need to learn how to come back. If you're going to be a box-to-box player, you're going to have to learn how to come back. That number 8 role suits him. That even the wing-back role for Ruben suited him because he had the cover from the defenders and the midfielders. And he can be attacking and take a bit of time to come back. But in this role in a pivot, no, I'm sorry. You're going to have to be a lot more dynamic. And unfortunately, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, you're simply not. And we get opened up in midfield when it's a Kovacic, Ruben Loftus-Cheek sort of connection. I can't have that. So I'm going with Kovacic, Saul. Saul will be disciplined to stay deep. Up front, as I've already said, Lukaku needs to continue on. Lukaku needs to start every single game. In fact, Lukaku should have started a long time ago. I know we've all slandered him, but when you really deep it, when you really think it, this guy's a £100 million striker. He's the one who's going to bang you the goals. So let's try and get the best out of him. Let's try and get him to a level where his attitude is right, where his efforts are right. I know that's on him, but hopefully he gets to that particular situation. And then after that, let's deliver good quality passes to him, early passes to him. Let's try and bring the best out of his strengths. Havertz is fantastic, but as I've always said, Havertz for me is a second striker who can play just next to Lukaku. Although today I probably wouldn't. But I don't mind if down the track, Lukaku up front and Havertz just behind, and then you've got another midfielder, sort of playmaker kind of midfielder just behind them. I've got no issues with that. But right now, Lukaku is the main guy, and I want him to keep banging in goals. I feel like against Leeds, he should bang in goals. Against Wolves, he had a very good game, and I need Lukaku to continue on like that. Pulisic continues on, even though he needs to release the passes a lot quicker, but he did a lot of good stuff in that match. Not a masterclass, but he did a good stuff. That assist was a quick assist to Lukaku, second goal. Even the penalty, it was a pass from Pulisic. There were a couple of passes that went to Timo Werner, who should have done better. But there were a lot of instances where Pulisic took too many touches. And this is where I need this brother to concentrate and not take too many unnecessary steps. When you see Lukaku about to be unleashed, unleash him. Unleash the beast early. Don't take your time. Lukaku is most lethal when you release the ball early and he can rattle the defenders. When every defender is nicely settled and you try and release Lukaku, Lukaku is going to look like a stupid player. That's not the right way to play Lukaku. Release him early so he can be aggressive on the defenders. And that's on Pulisic. In this position, I'm going with Hakim Ziyech. I need creativity. I know a lot of you guys might say Mason Mount, and I don't mind if it's Mason Mount. In fact, I'll have Mason Mount in the background. But Ziyech hasn't started for a long time. I don't know what's going on. I need this brother to get into the game. You got Pulisic, Lukaku, and have Ziyech for creativity. We lack creativity, and we lack a player that's also going to release the ball quick to Lukaku. And I know Ziyech is someone who's going to thrive on releasing Lukaku early. And he can drive through these areas, through central areas, and do a lot of damage as well. He can play the cam role. He's done it in Ajax as well. I know his perfect position is here, but he can come into these areas as well. So this will allow Reece James to overlap. I think that's a situation he can play. I remember earlier on in the preseason, he played in that role against Spurs, and he scored a really good goal from here. Against Brighton as well, he scored a really good goal from here from long range. So Hakim Ziyech, let's give him a start. I don't know what has happened in recent times. I would like him to start this game, give us some creative quality. And Ziyech's work rate isn't bad either. So, look, that's my lineup, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know your thoughts. Mendy, Rudiger, Silva, Chalobah, Saul, Kovacic, Alonso, Ziyech, Reece James, Pulisic, Lukaku. I'm going with, look, I need to snap out of this charity FCBS. I'm going with the Chelsea win, hard-fought win, 2-0 victory. Let's keep a clean sheet. Let's relegate these MFs out there, Leeds. We're not here to give you guys any presents. We generally do well away from home. Let's do it. Let's start getting happy in this fan base. Ownership situations hopefully coming to an end, ladies and gentlemen. It will be done and dusted. Get a victory, move on to the final, and start buzzing, man. Come on! Let me know how you feel, ladies and gentlemen. If you've enjoyed this, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys for the watch along. I'm hoping I can do the watch along today. So look out for that. Until next time. See ya.